I'm Liz Eaglesnake. I'm a silver mother, a widow, a spiritual companion in grief. Welcome to this sacred space. This channel is a sanctuary for real grief, the kind that lives in the nervous system, in the body, in identity, and in the unseen spiritual layers of the self. Here we talk about grief as it is actually lived, not rushed, not fixed, and certainly not explained away. If you're grieving a person, an identity, a relationship, a version of you that no longer exists, you are in the right place. There are moments when the body changes before the mind knows why. Heaviness arrives, sleep becomes strange, the heart feels tender or vigilant, energy drops, tears sit close without an explanation. And the mind does what the mind does. It looks for a reason. What's wrong with me? Why am I regressing? I thought I was past this. But often nothing is wrong. Often the body is simply keeping track. No calendar time, no clock time, but somatic time. The body doesn't use dates the way the mind does. The nervous system does not organize itself around the Gregorian calendar through narrative or chronology. It organizes experience through impressions, through sensation, through charge, through survival relevance. So when something overwhelming happens, like a diagnosis, a birth, a death, a rupture of some kind, the body doesn't store it as February 5th, 2025. It stores it as temperature, pressure, contraction, absence, intensity, vigilance. Stores the way life felt at that particular moment. So when that time of the year approaches again, the body doesn't remember what happened. It remembers how it needed to be in order to survive it. And often it begins preparing weeks in advance. This is why anniversary reactions can feel very confusing. People often say, I didn't even remember the date. Why do I feel like this? I wasn't thinking about it. It came out of nowhere. Of course it did, because the body doesn't wait for permission from the mind. It doesn't consult your progress. It doesn't check whether you have processed enough. It doesn't care how much insight you have had. It simply senses a familiar season approaching and it adjusts accordingly. So, this adjustment can look like fatigue, irritability, sadness without context, anxiety, digestive issues, sleep changes, sleep deprivation or disturbances, a subtle withdrawal from the world. And it has nothing to do with you failing or not moving along in your healing process. It's because your body, your nervous system is remembering how to keep you alive. But this is not regression. And one of the most damaging interpretations that people make is I'm going backwards. But the body doesn't move backward. It is completing a cycle that was interrupted because of survival. At the time of the original event, there was probably no time for you to fully feel it, no time to metabolize it, no safety to integrate what just happened. So the body stored an unfinished sequence. Anniversaries are not setbacks, they are windows where the system says, maybe now, maybe there is enough safety now to complete the cycle. Maybe I can finish this. Why does this happen when life is going well? This is important. Anniversary reactions often intensify when life is going well and more stable, not less. When the nervous system finally senses, I am not in danger anymore, I am resourced enough, I am supported enough. That's when the body can allow for frozen material to arise. This is why people say, but things were finally getting better. Yes, and this is exactly why this is happening. Because honestly, the body does not release trauma while you're still in chaos. It releases it in relative safety. And the reason why you cannot think your way out of this is because it's not a cognitive process. No amount of reframing will stop somatic memory from surfacing. No amount of positive thinking will override an implicit imprint. No amount of insight will be enough to reorganize tissue. And trying to do so often creates secondary suffering, shame, self blame, spiritual bypass. The body is not asking to be understood, is asking to be allowed. So, what actually helps during these times? Not fixing, not pushing, and not forcing regulation. What helps is recognition. This is the season. This is my body keeping time. Nothing is wrong. And this alone can reduce panic dramatically. Then slowing your pace, reducing demand, simplifying decisions, lowering stimulation, increasing physical support, not as a technique, but as a kindness to yourself. Some days carry particularly heavy imprints and enormous physiological weight. Diagnosis days are especially potent because they mark the moment the future fractured, the moment certainty collapsed, the moment the body learned vigilance. Death days are not just about loss, they are about the instant orientation disappeared, can also activate profound bodily sensations and memory. The body remembers who was there, who was not there, and what it had to do alone. If you are in this moment right now, I want to say this very clearly. You're not weak. You're not failing. You're not still stuck. You are living inside a body that remembers accurately, and accuracy is not pathology. There is nothing to solve, only something to respect. Let the body finish its sentence. The mind can forget dates because it's designed to move forward, but the body remembers because it's designed to keep you alive. And when you understand this, something softens. You stop fighting the waves. You stop narrating meaning. You stop demanding resolution. And paradoxically, that's when integration becomes possible. Not because you tried harder, but because you finally listened. So remember, any setback, it's your body trying to finish a process, a cycle, now that you are in a regulated and safe space. So it's actually a positive signal that you are well underway in your own healing process. You're no longer numb. You are no longer dissociating. You are able to face reality, as hard and heavy as it may be. And as always, I want to remind you that if you're walking through these thresholds, you don't have to do it alone. I work one-on-one with women, accompanying them in their own grieving process so that they don't have to do it alone. As always, I invite you to recite this mantra with me. If you feel called to do so, you can put your hand on your chest and close your eyes and repeat after me. I honor the wisdom of my body and I allow it to finish its sentence. Thank you very much for joining me in this episode. I am Liz Eagle Snake, and I look forward to seeing you again. Welcome to this sacred space.